back to my channel. Today's video is all about college tips that no one really seems to talk about. Some of them are really helpful and other ones are just something that I learned that maybe it will help you down the road. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So the first one, this is not sponsored, but the Quizlet app is so incredibly handy, and the fact that you can actually use the audio so you can just read a vocab word is so helpful. So I would strongly recommend getting that app because then it just makes everything so much easier. You don't have to type out like all of the definitions or anything like that. Super easy. The next one, I actually talked about this in my lazy girl life hack video, but just sitting an outfit beside your bed for those days that you might be running late can come in handy a lot. When you're writing an essay, if you're like me, I tend to procrastinate, and let's say you're like that too, be sure to set the date back a day or two from when it's actually due, and then your professor won't think that you procrastinated. And don't ever, ever, ever put the date that it was due, because then they're gonna think that you did it like the morning of. So always set the date back. Typically you're given 3 skips per class, and try to save your skips for like the end of the semester, because in the beginning, you know, it's gonna be rough, but like not nearly as rough as it's gonna be towards the end when you're just exhausted and you really just don't wanna be there and you wanna be in bed, so save your skips. It is scientifically proven, I'm not a scientist or anything like that, but it is scientifically proven that your naps are only supposed to be 30 minutes. So if you're trying to take a power nap, just keep it to 30 minutes. I don't understand why. I can link an article down below, but a lot of people will take like 2-hour naps and they'll wake up even like more tired than they were before. Take a 30-minute nap. I'll link the article down below if you're interested. If you're in the dorms, it can tend to be very busy and like very loud. So get a sound machine if you do tend to take naps throughout the day, or if just like it's hard for you to study it with a lot of noise. Sound machines have saved my life. It blocks out all of the noise. Make sure to dress nice for the first week of school. This will basically just show your professors that you're really into school, you're really excited to be there, and then it just leaves a really nice first impression that they will remember later on throughout the semester. Get an on-campus job. You will be poor. You are going to spend money so fast, and just having an on-campus job is really helpful because it won't even necessarily feel like you have a job. It's just kind of something that you do every single day. It's like built into your routine. If you can't do that, I would recommend getting an off-campus job somewhere close. If you can land a serving job, do it. The tips are awesome. Be so careful when it comes to coming back to the dorms while intoxicated. I'm not saying that you're gonna do it underage, but all I'm saying is be super careful, because if you do that and you are underage of, like if you're under 21, just be super careful, because if you are visibly intoxicated whenever you come back to the dorms, the DA or the desk attendant, like they have to call the police. So be careful. Speaking of careful, be careful what you post on social media. I know people are gonna be super excited to like go out for the first year or whatever, but what you post on social media is forever. So just be so careful, because that can come back to haunt you. So don't post pictures of don't post pictures of red Solo cups. It's a dead giveaway, whether it's soda in there or whatever. People are gonna assume it's alcohol. Don't post on Twitter like swearing a bunch or a bunch of like misspellings. All that does is make you look uneducated, so don't post that. And just really try to steer clear of like alcohol in general, or like bikini pictures or any of that. Just try to restrain from it as much as possible. There will come a point during your college career that you will most likely have to pull an all-nighter. In that case, I would definitely recommend some fake glasses, because they cover up your under eye circles, they cover up your bags, and they also cover up the smudged mascara that is most likely on your eyes from rubbing them all night because you're so tired. Invest in a nice backpack. Go to Adidas or North Face or Columbia or Nike, whatever it is, invest in a nice one. Don't get like the over-the-shoulder bags because that's gonna mess up your back, it's gonna mess up your shoulder, and at some point it's most likely gonna break, and that's gonna be so embarrassing to have to like pack up all your stuff and carry all of your stuff across campus because your dorm is on the other side. So just invest in a really nice backpack that's not going to hurt your back whenever you're carrying like 5 books in it. Speaking of books, do not buy your books until the second week of school, because a lot of times professors will just say that you need a book just because they want it to look good to like their department and be like, oh yeah, you have to get a book, and then they'll tell you like the first 2 weeks of school, like don't buy the book, we're not even gonna use it. Keep your GPA super high your freshman and your sophomore year, because when it comes to your junior and your senior year, you're just not gonna wanna care anymore. And if you have to like, and it's just gonna suck if you just didn't care your freshman and your sophomore year, and then your junior and your senior year, you have to try really, really hard. GPA, yeah, that's right. I'm saying it so much that it doesn't even make sense to me anymore. Dry shampoo is life. Before you pick your classes, be sure to check out ratemyprofessor.com. It literally, you could just type in the name of the college and who your professor is, and they will have a rating. So there can be a super hard class with a super easy professor and you will most likely get an A, or there could be a really easy class and a really hard professor and you're most likely gonna get like a B or a C. So it's really important that you take a good professor. Always say yes to everything. You know, like, school obviously comes first, but like it doesn't, because at the end of the day, you're not going to remember those times where you're like, oh, I aced this exam, that was really, really hard. No, you're gonna remember the time where your friends went sled riding at 2 a.m. Those are the times you're gonna remember. Get a card holder for the back of your phone. So I have this one, and your student ID is going to be your life on campus. So you're gonna need this to eat and to get into your room and basically everything, and even like to get into the gym. So just get a card holder and you will never forget your student ID. I know like people kind of make jokes about the dorms and how it's like uncool or whatever. No, like stay in the dorms for the first 2 years, because once you move off campus, you don't really meet new people. You also are now a commuter, so you're kind of like disconnected from a lot. So just stay on campus for the first 2 years. And then also, be sure to stay on campus for the first 3 weeks of school. Like, do not go home. Don't really like go off campus, just stay on, because those first 3 weeks are when everyone's sort of like establishing their friends. Nothing sucks more than like everyone's already established like their friend groups and you went home, so you're like coming back the 3rd week and everyone's already kind of like paired up with their friends. Do not be late for class. I cannot express this enough. It is so rude and so disrespectful to come into class, like if the class is 50 minutes and you come in 20 minutes late every single day for class. We notice it as students, the teacher notices it. It's so rude and so disrespectful, and I see so many freshmen do it, so like, just don't. Most colleges require you to take a public speaking class, and in that case, I know mine did, so like Slippery Rock University, they do require you to take a public speaking class. A lot of people will wait until like their senior year or their last semester at college to do it. Don't. Like, do it as fast as you possibly can. So I did mine my sophomore first semester. Like that's as, like, you can't really take it before that, because the reason why I'm saying take it early is like, if you hate it, you most likely have a fear of public speaking. So get over that fear, because you are going to have so many presentations and so many projects that require you to stand in front of the class. So you might as well get over that fear now rather than waiting until the end of college. Don't be afraid to be picky with your friend group. I've always kind of said you are your friends, like you are who you hang around with, and that is so true. So if you end up like with this group of like partiers, or if you end up with like this group of like, you know, like people that just like don't do their homework, typically you're gonna end up partying, or you're going to be, you know, not doing your homework, or if you're just around like really mean people, you're going to tend to be mean too. So just be very picky who you're friends with. Buy a printer. You don't actually have to buy a printer. I don't own one, but I will tell you it is so annoying not having a printer. Because for me, like, I have to go to the library to print, and I guess it's just annoying. So especially now as a commuter, so if I need to print something, I have to go like an extra like half an hour to 45 minutes early just to find parking and then go to the library and print stuff. And then sometimes the printer is down, and then some of the other buildings, like their printers will be down, and then you're walking around campus like looking and like hunting for this printer that might not even print. If you're in a group project, there is most likely, actually I can almost promise you, within the first year you will have a group project that you absolutely hate because there's someone not pulling their weight, and there's always that one slacker in almost every single group project. As a freshman or as a sophomore, junior, senior, whatever it is, do not be afraid to tell the professor that there's someone not doing their work. That's one thing that I have learned in these last 4 years is a teacher wants to know because they've been through it. Like, they've been through college, they've been through group projects, they've been in the work field, they know what it's like and they know how frustrating it is. So if there's someone really bothering you, like, don't be afraid to like tell them that someone isn't pulling their weight, because they will pull them off to the side and they will say something and they'll keep it completely anonymous. A really big one that I want to say is find a mentor. You don't like, I'm not saying like go up and ask someone like, be my mentor. No, but look for someone that really inspires you and that you're really interested in their life, and you're, you know, I actually have a couple, and those were like my two really big mentors that I really looked up to, and like, it's actually funny because I really did walk in both of their footsteps. Just, that was more of like a coincidence, but like the one had an internship at RU, and now I have an internship at RU, and Katie was the president of like the Green and White Society, and I was the president of the Green and White Society, and she was also an orientation ambassador, and I was an orientation ambassador. So there was like all these different things that my mentors did that I actually ended up doing, but it's because I really looked up to them. Get a good mentor, like someone who's actually going to be a role model to you, but that's really helpful, and to this day I can still ask them any questions and they would be more than willing to help. Befriend your CA. So a CA or RA, it's either a resident assistant or a community assistant. So they are kind of the person that like runs your floor. Be sure to befriend them. They're not scary by any means, but befriend them, because like if anything were to ever happen, like let's say you got caught with something in your bedroom that you probably shouldn't have, or you're being really loud and obnoxious, or if someone starts like causing issues, you want to be able to talk to them. So like, let's say, well, for one, if you get caught with something in your bedroom, maybe, I don't know, they're not really allowed to do this, but maybe they will go easy on you. Or if, you know, you're playing music really loud, they're probably just gonna be a lot more chill, and they probably won't get you in trouble. The last one is honestly the most important one that I am going to give you. You are not in high school anymore. You're not. Like, this is college, this is not high school. It should not be cliquey, you should not be mean, you should, like, there's so many things that you did in high school that this is not high school anymore. Like, in college, just be accepting of everyone. Like, don't judge anyone. Like, I don't know, college is such a different feel and it's such a different atmosphere, and that's the biggest one I could possibly tell you is like, just, I don't even know how to explain it, but you're not in high school. Okay, and that was it for my video. I do want to show you these bell sleeves really, really fast. Like, this is like an off-the-shoulder top. It's mustard. It is so freaking cute. Sorry, I wanted to show you that this entire time, but I wanted to wait until the end of my video. But yeah, so that was my video for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to go ahead, give this a big thumbs up. I'm going to have some more college videos coming up soon, because I know this is kind of like the time of year where you're deciding with colleges. So there will be more. You can leave a video request if you want to see anything down below. And if you are from Slippery Rock University, let me know down below, because I would love to know about that, because that is where I go to school. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here, and I will see you guys later. Bye!